Hey everybody, welcome back to the Next Generation podcast. So as I said in the previous video, I watched Leaving Neverland for the first time last night, the first part, and I noticed something that was very interesting about Shane Robson and what he had to say about his mom. And I feel like if anything, Shane needs to have his own real documentary, because I feel like the most emotion that was displayed in this whole entire first part was talking about the abandonment of his mom and how his mom abandoned his father. That the most high emotion that I saw in this whole thing was talking about their father, Dennis. So I noticed that Shane was very emotional in speaking about his mom abandoned, how he felt abandoned by his mother, and that, even though he was older, you still need your parents. And the fact that she just left his father was really devastating to him. And I feel like that's what needs to be talked about, is the fact that your husband, first of all, you was going to another country. You were doing, we've seen how dance moms and momagers, if you will, they, it's like they're living, vicariously through their children. And it's like, no, you have to go to this thing, and then you have to go to that thing, and we have to do this event, you have to do this. Like, I feel like that's what Wade's mom was. That's what Joy was. And, you know, not just like, who's being that kind of having that type of career for your child. There's no guarantee of payment, or no guarantee that this is going to bring in any source of income. So obviously Dennis still had to go to work and provide for the family, because if he didn't, then what, Wade was going to make money off of shows. This is the reason why he was hopping from event to event, because he needed, to put his name out there so that he could have a job bringing income to the household. So obviously he's not going to be able to go to every show. What's her name? Joy took it upon herself. She wanted to be, you have to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, you can't really be all that into your career and at the same time take your kid to all of these events. Like, you can still have a job, but I feel like more so you have to have somebody at home. You have to have somebody in the household who's actually going to work every day, bringing a steady paycheck. And that just so happened, in my opinion, was Dennis, because who else was going to do it? So the fact that you felt inclined to go to another country, and your husband is having these mental breakdowns and got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, you still felt that it was necessary for you to leave him. I feel like that's really fucked up. I mean, listen, I don't know what else was going on behind their marriage, but the fact that you were so open in saying he got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and there was another life for me somewhere else, I had to leave. It's like, you spent all of those years with that man. You couldn't stay to find him some help, make sure that he got the help that he needed. I feel like he had this breakdown because you were not in his life. And the fact of the matter is this, because and Shane kind of confirmed it, because he was saying that the mom that he had was not the mom that he saw for Chantel and Wade. It was two different women. And he even said it himself that Wade, going on to pursue his career somewhere else, was also another adventure for Joy. It was a career for her too. So she's an opportunist. I feel like it's really fucked up. And she, throughout the film, we got to see little sprinkles of how we can confirm that she is an opportunist, because first of all, we already heard that she persisted on Wade meeting Michael after the event he did. She was looking all over for him because she came to the United States and she wanted to look him up. And then we hear, she's saying that, she had to leave. She wanted to go and experience a new life. And then we hear that she was saying for the black or white video that she was being asked about payment, like she had to go rent a car, and she was like, well, she was normally looked after with Michael, so it's like, what, he has to pay for everything? Like, I don't understand. And then her mother is so just, I'm sorry, this whole let's blame Michael thing was just so tiring to hear, because to hear from her mother saying, oh, Michael was to blame for a lot of things. He was the one who said that she should go out there. Well, guess what? He could have, asked about it and be like, hey, like, I think Wade would do great here. Maybe you should consider moving out here. You are his mother. You are the mother of your children. You have a husband. You can ultimately decide whether or not this is going to be good for my family, this is not going to be good for my family. How dare you blame Michael for breaking up your family? That was your choice, because you ultimately, you said that you made the decision and was just like, you know what, there's more for me outside of Australia. You decided that. That was not Michael's doing. So it was just so, just scapegoat. That's all that it was. And then oh God. And then it's just making me think, like, I'm really wondering, did Shane have full knowledge what this film was going to be about? Because I feel like so far in part one, the questions that he was asked was geared towards his feeling towards his mom. And there's some sort of resentment that we can see. He was crying and saying, like, basically, like, how could you leave our dad like that? It's just like, if a wife could leave her husband that she was with for how many years, you have 3 children by him, and you could just leave him because you see an opportunity somewhere else while he's being diagnosed with a mental condition. And then Wade is talking about, you can see the decline in his father's emotional and mental health, and you just left him. But it just goes to show, like, how far could you go? Could you use your own children for your own success? We clearly see that. It's very interesting to me. Like, fuck the whole abuse allegations, because I'm over it. I'm so over it. It's this film was just, let's blame Michael for everything. But I really think it's very interesting about how Shane feels about his mom, and there's certain, words that he chose to describe how he felt like this wasn't the mom that I had. It's like, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Put in the comment section. I would love to talk to you guys about this, hear your thoughts and opinions. As always, thank you so much for being there for me and just helping keeping this channel alive. So much love to everybody. Take care, have a great weekend, and we'll talk in the next video. So until then, see you later.